Hey guys, what's up? I'm Rohit Khurana, your host on Intellect Digest, and today we have with us two very interesting phones side by side. This is the Micromax Canvas Night, the true octa-core MediaTek phone, and here we have the Gionee Elife E7, which is a Snapdragon 800 chipset based phone. Both these phones are premium phones from Micromax as well as Gionee, and in this video we are going to compare these two. Before we start our comparison, I must tell you that these phones are priced in very different segments. The Micromax Canvas Night has been priced at around 20,000 rupees and the Gionee Elife E7 retails at around 26 to 27,000 rupees. There is a considerable difference in the price, but since these are the flagship phones from both of these brands, we are comparing them. So keep in mind that this one comes at a price premium. Let us start our comparison with the design and the form factor of the phone. These phones are different in size, as you can see here. This is a 5-inch display on the left hand side. This is the Micromax Canvas Night with a 5-inch full high definition IPS LCD display. On the other hand, this is a clear LCD good quality display as well on the Gionee. This is a 5.5-inch display which is larger. This is also full high definition. The colors on the Micromax Canvas Night come out to be nice, but the Gionee Elife E7 feels slightly better and richer in color quality. The viewing angles on both these phones are really good, as you can see. I have turned the brightness to around 80% on both of these phones so that you can have a fair comparison of the display. Let me also show you the design. So on the side, as you can see, the Micromax Canvas Night gets these three buttons. These two are the volume rockers, and on the top you have the power or wake up key. There is a SIM card tray right here just above it, and there is another SIM card tray on the other side. So this is a dual SIM phone, whereas the Gionee Elife E7 is only a single SIM phone, both except micro SIMs. Talking about the cameras, there is an 8 megapixel camera on both of these phones at front, as you can see here, and they both have a 16 megapixel rear camera. The design of the Micromax Canvas uses a glass at the back, whereas this is high quality polycarbonate plastic shell. This is also a unibody structure just like the Micromax Canvas Night, so both are unibody phones. The back does not come off and the battery is concealed within the phones. The Canvas Night is smaller in terms of length, width as well as height. This is a sleeker phone, a smaller phone, and comes with a slim form factor, whereas the Gionee Elife E7 feels slightly thicker because it is kind of a curved design. However, it feels more natural and comfortable to hold this one, whereas this feels slightly delicate but more premium here. After size and form factor, let's talk about the display quality. The display quality on both the phones is good. The touchscreen response is also fairly good on both these phones. There is a customized interface which is called Amigo user interface, which is used on the Gionee Elife E7, whereas the Micromax Canvas Night uses the stock Android with slight modification in the icons and the other visual elements. There is not much difference from the stock Android on the Micromax Canvas Night, whereas the software experience on the Gionee Elife is heavily customized. Some users like this kind of customized experience, whereas some users don't like. So you can put a custom launcher to change the interface. However, the Amigo interface also works pretty fine. Let me also talk about the camera performance. The rear camera on the Micromax Canvas Night and the Gionee Elife E7 are both 16 megapixel cameras, and they both perform really well. I have tested both of these cameras and taken some pictures. I'll click a few more shots right in front of you just to compare the kind of picture quality that they deliver. In my opinion, they both are very good when it comes to camera quality. They both offer very good blurring effects, touch to focus, good depth of field. For a phone camera, this is really good. Let me click the same picture from the other camera as well. So I'll use the same angle. The shutter feels slightly faster on the Gionee Elife E7. And here are the pictures. Both pictures side by side, and as you can see, the details and clarity of the picture is almost same on both of these phones. There is no problem whatsoever when it comes to camera quality on the Gionee Elife E7 or the Micromax Canvas Night. They both can record high definition videos, they both can playback high definition videos, they have 1080p screens to offer, and they both look really nice when it comes to camera quality. The selfies from the front camera also come out to be nice. There are some more difference between the Micromax Canvas Night and Gionee Elife E7. One major difference between these two is the noise cancellation mic that you get on the Gionee Elife E7, We don't see such noise cancellation mic on the Micromax Canvas Night, and which is the reason why we have got some problems taking calls in the noisy environments, whereas the Gionee Elife E7 does better noise cancellation. Also, there is NFC or near field communication support on the Gionee Elife E7, which is missing on the Micromax Canvas Night. Let me talk about the benchmark performance and what is inside which is powering these two phones. The Gionee Elife E7 gives us a score of 34,225 on Antutu, whereas the Micromax Canvas Night gives us 29,942. These phones use very different architectures. GHz true octa-core processor on the Micromax Canvas Night, which is clocked at 2 GHz and uses 8 cores of A7 architecture processor. However, on the other hand, the Gionee Elife E7 uses Qualcomm Snapdragon Trait chips. It has 4 cores of 2.2 GHz each, and it performs much faster in the real life. Besides being a quad core compared to an octa core, the performance is higher on the Gionee Elife E7. These phones use different GPUs or graphics processing units. There is Adreno 330 on the Gionee Elife E7 and there is Mali 450 MP on the Micromax Canvas Night. And as you can see, we get a score of 62 frames per second on the Gionee Elife E7, whereas the Micromax Canvas Night gives us 53 frames per second. Which means that the graphics rendering is smoother on the Gionee Elife E7, so it is more suitable for playing heavy games as well as heavy graphic intensive applications. Talking about other specification, both of these phones have 2 GB of RAM, but there is 16 GB internal memory on the Gionee Elife E7 and there is 32 GB internal memory on the Micromax Canvas Night. It gives you around 24 GB of user available memory and this one gives you around 11 GB of user available memory. Both these phones do not have the expansion slots, so you cannot add a micro SD card to either of these phones, which means that you have more storage on the Micromax Canvas Night. However, there is a 32 GB model of the Gionee Elife E7 which is available, which comes at a price of around 32,000 rupees and has 3 GB of RAM. But the price difference is considerable, 6 to 7,000 rupees for extra RAM and internal memory. So if you are looking for more internal memory, Micromax Canvas Night seems to be a more natural choice. To give you a fair idea of the audio-visual performance on these phones, let me play a video, the same video on both of these one by one, so that you can hear for yourself the sound quality as well as see the video quality. So let me first play on the Micromax Canvas Night, and I have turned the volume to maximum. Let me now play on the Gionee Elife E7 and show you how it looks here. Hey guys, what's up? I'm Rohit Khurana, host on Intellect, and today we are going to give you a quick hands-on of the new features that you get on the Nokia Windows Phone 8.1 platform. So, major features include the start screen enhancements. The start screen now allows you to have. So, as per our experience, the visuals are richer on the Gionee Elife E7. And the audio quality is also slightly louder compared to the Micromax Canvas Night. So audio visual experience is slightly better on the Gionee Elife E7 compared to the Micromax Canvas Night. Talking about the battery life on these two phones, I am not disappointed with either of them. Both are giving me good battery life. This phone gives me 1 to 1.5 days and this one also gives me 1 to 1.5 days on moderate usage. When I'm using it heavily, it gives me around 1 full day, and if I play games very heavily, then it may probably last less than a day on both of these phones. They are very comparable when it comes to battery performance. Summing up my comparison of the Gionee Elife E7 versus the Micromax Canvas Night, I find the Micromax Canvas Night to be a good value for money, whereas the Gionee Elife E7 feels more premium, more natural to hold, is more comfortable, and find it more interesting and impressive option. Besides being slightly higher on the price side, I think this is a more interesting device to go for, and if I have to choose between these two, well, it is a close call. I'll prefer spending some extra money to get a better chipset, a larger device with a distinctive looking user interface.